Sweet. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. What's Good Denver is a weekly celebration of culture and discovery and fun stuff to do in Denver for kids, couples, singles, and old-timers. I'm Ryan Estes with Tom. 65 degrees in February? Donahue? And the NBA All-Star Game of Podcasting, Troy Higgins. Today's feature is Denver hacks, but let's start with this NBA All-Star Game. Troy, did you watch it all? I know you were moving all weekend.
I had it actually going on in the background while I was building a dresser, and I was able to successfully build the dresser without getting distracted whatsoever. So that tells you a little bit about how exciting the game was. It was the worst one I think I've ever seen. It was ridiculous.
Dang, really?
Yeah, it was. The score I think was 208 to 186 or something like that.
Zero defense going on.
It's just. They need to reformat something. There's just the players have obviously zero incentive to try at all, or just like there's no stakes.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I kind of see their point. I mean, the NFL went to a flag football and does like a skills challenge because honestly, like playing a football game at the end of the season, a 17-game season, is probably pretty dangerous. Like you're talking about, $1 million investment in these players. You're getting out there like smashing heads with no stakes. It doesn't make sense. So they kind of transitioned to kind of a cool thing where it's like really fun for kids. I think the NBA would probably, it behoove them to do something similar, I mean, it was kind of fun watching them heave up half-court shots and make it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's fun to see, definitely. But as far as like competitive aspect, I think one of the things would have to be just a bigger monetary incentive for these guys. I think there'd have to be some sort of significant financial gain, obviously, for them. I think it's like 100,000. It's something low right now. It's like $100,000 for them, which is like it's chump change for them. So I think they'd have to do that. Anthony Edwards, I think it was Anthony Edwards. He also said it could have been someone else, but he was like, "This is like it's called All-Star break for a reason. Like we're on break. Like we're not out here to compete. Like
totally."
So
yeah.
Some
I was
things
thinking they could do a couple of things. On one side, I saw this comment on Reddit that said like, "Why don't they have the G League do a real game for NBA contract? Like the G League All-Stars play, and like the winning team gets NBA contracts." Something like that. And then like the NBA guys can all like cheer them on and be coaches and stuff. Or what if you did like a 3-on-3 tournament where it's a bracket where over like the course of 3 or 4 hours, like the whole bracket plays out. And then it's like a $10 million purse for like a charity or something. So you have the charity organizations there going nuts. And then you could have like 4 games going on, 3-on-3 tournament, something like that would be cool, where it's a little bit. Yeah, it's like street ball or something,
That would be incredible. I read about that too. The like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. That is some content I could get behind there.
Yeah, that would be good because that would make them feel like they want to compete and win.
Totally.
And
it would be half court, so they don't have to move around so much, but they get a little bit more trash talking,
Yeah, make it a tournament and give the winning team like $10 million. That will make them really be down for it. Like, all right, this is for $5 million each.
Yeah,
for 2v2.
Just the bragging rights too, because it's not collectively a whole team not trying. It's like, all right, there's 3 of us. Like, it's all on us.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like Curry and Jokic versus like Kevin Durant and Luka. Like that would just people be tuning into that.
Be awesome. Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't even have to do it that rich. I mean, if it was a dope chain, with like a pendant that had like, then it's all about bragging rights. You could put 50,000 in diamonds onto a chain, and those guys will die for it.
Do they typically do this point of the season too? Like, I feel like they also don't want to get hurt for their
mid-season.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it makes sense. I could see why they're dogging it, but I mean, I don't know. I had mixed feelings. It's like, well, it's kind of wild because they're so good and they're just throwing up whatever and it goes in. It was just.
Yeah, I saw just some Instagram clips. There's just no defense and all buckets. And they're just handing the ball to each other.
Yeah. And because like half of the court is 7-footers at this point, the court seemed smaller. Like it looked different. Like NBA guys are big already, but there's usually a sprinkle of, couple of short 6'2" guys in there. But with all of them being like giants, it was wild looking. It's just like, God, look at these guys. The level of skill at basketball right now is all time great. It's pretty dope.
That is cool.
I agree. Yeah.
To follow the show, go to kitcaster.com/Denver and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Our music is by Troy Higgins. And today our sponsor is Kitcaster. Kitcaster books your podcast interviews. Go to kitcaster.com and click the application. Specifically, Kitcaster works with funded startup founders, entrepreneurs with exits, C-suite executives, and books them on the world's top podcast. If that sounds like you, if you've got a project and you're burning to tell the world, what better place to do than to tell that on podcasts? So check out kitcaster.com /apply now. Boom. Okay, so like we said, we had a feature that is going to be Denver hacks for new people coming in, and it's springtime, so we got a lot of people moving around. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but first, let's jump to events. Tom, you want to kick us off, buddy?
Absolutely. For events this week, I got a couple interesting things going on. I got some bass ready for everybody. Mission Ballroom Friday at 7:30 p.m. We always got to mention it when there's some bass coming through, but Lab Group, they're crazy. I don't even know who it is. It's just these three guys, and they throw down. I saw them at Electric Forest last summer. And
nice.
It just goes crazy. So if you want to get some cool, interesting, experimental bass music in your face, Lab Group. That's going to be great.
Experimental, how so?
Just like it's hard to even put a genre to it. Like if you've never heard anything like that, I mean, it just all kind of falls into the realm of bass music, but it just doesn't sound like anything you've ever heard before.
Cool.
Stuff like Closey or like Lab Group and LS Dream even, like it's all experimental bass.
Nice.
And some of them get even like way weirder than those three that I just mentioned, but this is some good nice experimental bass music. It's solid. Nice. Outside of that, here, hold on, let me get some views for the people here. We got Dating in the Dark. Now this is different than I thought it was going to be when I found the event. But Dating in the Dark is a new game show. It's a local Denver game show. It's by Gracie Thompson. And I guess she's been doing this for a while now, and people have been starting to tune in. But essentially, it's happening at Zeppelin Station, which is really close to us over here. It's a 1 hour event, and here's the description. Do you love reality TV like The Bachelor, Love Island, Love is Blind, and Too Hot to Handle? Come to Dating in the Dark and watch love stories play out in real time. So I thought this was going to be speed dating.
Yeah.
Where the lights are off.
Right.
But actually, it's a dating show. And they're going to take singles from the Denver area and have them date other singles while blindfolded. But there's like an audience, like a studio audience while they're doing the date.
Whoa.
So it says, did I mention our singles need the help of our audience? Yes, you heard that right. You get a say in how the dates play out. Hosted by local Denver comedian Hannah Popkin, blah, blah, blah. Happens every fourth Sunday at Zeppelin Station.
That sounds like fun.
So yeah, grab a friend, your mom, your lonely neighbor, maybe even your boss, and watch sparks fly. Will you be pulled on stage if you're in the audience? No, not unless you make it well known that you want to. Let's just see. How does it work here? We have one main dater and 3 alternate daters. The crowd gets to decide which of the alternate daters they want our main dater to date first, as well as swapping the daters out throughout the show. Should we say date one more time? Okay, so yeah, basically there's going to be one focus person and then a couple other daters, and they're going to be swapping them out throughout the show. The crowd's getting to decide some things about how the date goes. That seems pretty cool.
That sounds really fun. So it's in the dark, so the two people can't see each other, but the audience can see everybody. So you got to trust the audience.
Sounds like they're blindfolded. They're
Yeah,
blindfolded,
it's
right?
blindfolded. Yeah, the daters are blindfolded. The audience
Can see everything.
gets to see, and the winners get a gift card to Uptown and Humboldt.
Nice.
Uptown and Humboldt. I don't know those places, but the winners get a gift card to that restaurant for a second date. So
Is
it's very
it
fun.
is it like broadcasted, or is it like a more of a live in person thing?
See, that's what I was confused about. I don't think it's that big of a dating show just yet. But no, I don't think it's broadcast. I think it's just an in-person little show that they're doing right now.
Yeah,
But you know,
that's super cool.
looks very cool.
It looks really cool.
Seems like a fun date night to bring a date to go watch the dates and
Agreed.
dictate the dates.
Totally. Because then their squirminess will put you at ease.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, wow, look how bad that's going. Our date is going great.
So much
I'm in
better.
a great relationship.
I know.
Yes.
This seems like a challenge to find women to do this. Like, it seems like a lot of dudes would sign up for this, no problem.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to be gender normative as far as like men dating women. I'm sure everybody's dating everybody, but still, it seems like for gals, it's like, boy, this is a little bit of gals don't have a hard time finding dates, do they? I have no idea.
I don't know. Who knows?
It's just if you want to switch it up, go for something different here.
Go for something different. Yeah. Why would you want to look at your date? Well, that's ridiculous.
These kind of smaller theme date shows have been getting popular though. Like there's a big one in New York City that one of my high school friends was on, and like they have a ton of followers like following their highlights on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. So
Cool.
they just create little shorts out of it. But yeah, I think these local dating scene shows are starting to catch on. So maybe
seems fun.
maybe they're
Too bad-
onto something here.
Too bad
Dating in the dark.
Love is Blind is already taken, because that would have worked for this as well. Very
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Love is Blind is
Yeah.
that's a weird one. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about Love is Blind. They're just
Are they
don't get to
actually
see
blind?
each other. No, they're not actually blind. They just
I've never seen
can't
it.
see each other, and they have to like, based off of conversations over the course of a few days, decide whether they want to get engaged to the person.
Oh my
And
God.
then like there's like a big reveal where like basically you're supposed to either engage or propose right there, or just be like, actually, nah, once you see them.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the big punchline is like, see, we all really actually care about how people look.
Yeah, I guess.
I
But
don't know.
but they spin it the other way, where the punchline is like, looks don't matter.
Yeah.
And then once it gets
yeah.
down to the point where they actually see each other, you realize that looks definitely do matter.
Yeah, you have to be equivalent hotness. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the chasm is that you have to overcome between like one side being more attractive than the other, but there's like a range where you can be at the end, but you can't be at the end of the range.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be equivalent in some way of hotness.
Sure.
Pretty close. You know.
Those dating shows, they're crazy. Sometimes I feel like they're like, some of them can be very draining. I had an internship several years back at for a music catalog, and one of my tasks was to go through TV shows that their music was in and audit lyrics that's in the show to make sure everything was correct. And I had to watch hours and hours of footage from this show called Temptation Island.
Oh,
And
God.
Wow.
basically the premise is that single women go and stay in this luxury villa with 10 taken guys, and then like vice versa, 10 taken women go stay in this luxury villa with 10 single men, and like their significant others split in the beginning, and it's whoever doesn't cheat on their significant other like wins in the end. And just watching hours of that, it takes a toll on you, man. Let me tell you. It's like wow, this is bad.
Temptation Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're very popular shows, but I don't think I've seen one of them ever.
The concepts are crazy these days. There's one on HBO now where everyone's just naked. It's just one dater, and then all the datees are in these like tubes.
Oh, I've seen that
What's
one.
it called? Yeah, and it
Yeah.
starts by like coming up to like their waistline, and the people inside the tubes are completely naked. So the person has to like, it's going waist down first, Then they have to
You
eliminate
see-
someone.
you
Then it's
see,
going
like-
then it's going like chest down. Then
They're-
they have to eliminate someone.
They're totally naked
Yeah.
in the tubes.
Yes.
It doesn't
you
start
look-
with. It doesn't start with their face, right? It starts like
Yeah. It
from
starts down
with their
goes-
like genitals, and then okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Genitals, then like shoulders down. Then you get to see the face. You have to eliminate a person each time, and then you get to hear
No.
their voices. You eliminate someone else, and then you like pick
It's-
between. So
it's
that's
one of
like the opposite of Love Is Blind, where you don't get to know them at all. You just get to see them naked and choose.
You see their knees. You're like, oh, they're out. That knee is wrong.
It's like that. It is definitely like that. You see some nasty stuff on that show.
Wow.
That show was one of the most uncomfortable shows I've ever watched.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
weird.
What's this
That's
called?
funny.
I forget.
The tube.
No, that would be funny though if it was called that.
It's like naked.
Naked
something.
Attraction.
Naked Attraction. Yeah.
I think it's
Naked
a UK.
Attraction.
It's a UK show. I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow. That's next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Naked Attraction. Check that out. It's weird.
I don't think I can handle that. I can't. I watched a half a episode of The Bachelor one time, and just seeing them like kissing and making out was like, it just seemed gross, like unsanitary. I'm like, this is nasty.
Yeah. When there's like 20
What are they
people in the
doing?
show.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is a super spreader event, is what this is.
All
The
right,
best
well,
way to find true love is speed date 30 women in the matter of a week.
Yes, and build relationships with all of them and make them fight each other.
Yep.
Anyway, Dating in the Dark. That's going to be this weekend,
Shout
Sunday
out.
at 6 p.m. Next thing that I have is big crypto conference that happens every year in Colorado and Denver. It's called ETH Denver, East Denver. If you say it that way, I don't like to say it that way. I say ETH Denver
F Denver.
because you don't say Ethereum. You say
Which-
Ethereum. I don't know. It's a big debate. But anyway, Year of the Spork Whale. They love sporks. February 23rd to March 3rd. It's starting this week on the 23rd with their build week. So like, it's not really for everyone just yet. Basically this first week they do like a whole hackathon, build-a-thon where coders come through and they build some crazy stuff. But everyone on the screen can see here, it's a huge thing at the National Western Complex. Last year it was only this one area in that, I don't even know what the two parts of it are called, but this one big spot was all it was this year, but now they're expanding it into this other building as well.
That's awesome, man.
So it's going to be big. I got a DJ set inside the conference on Thursday,
Oh, nice.
the 29th, maybe. I forget. Thursday the 29th. Come to the DJ chill room to hear a nice chill Toto set. It's not like a party set. It's
Nice.
like there's going to be people like coding and like taking naps and stuff.
Nice conference set.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Conference
a
chill out
chill
set.
room. Yeah, chill room conference set. They usually set up like crazy lasers and visuals in this chill room. It's like a relaxing Zen zone. So I'm doing a Zen zone set. But yeah, this is the largest Ethereum festival in the world. It may even be one of the largest crypto festivals. It's a community-owned innovation festival. So it's owned by a DAO, which is essentially like an online distributed organization. I am a part owner because I have some of their coins.
Nice,
So-
man.
but that doesn't mean anything for me. It just means that I get to go for free. And I'm telling you about this now. The main event is actually not this weekend, but next weekend, the one that's like the actual, everyday people go conference going and see the booths and get free merch and swag from all the cool crypto companies. That's going to be next weekend. But if you want to go to this, you have to go and like apply to attend. Like, it's not free for everyone, especially if you don't own the coin. But if with this much time, you should be able to get in if you really want to. for
Cool.
free. So check it out. There's a bunch of really cool speakers. All the biggest crypto heads are usually there, and all the biggest crypto companies. You could get lots of merch.
It's worth probably just going to check out the parking lot because they'll be like Maseratis wrapped in like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Like there's some mega ballers
They
that show
always
up
have
and
some
flex.
crazy crypto ballers coming through.
On this map, do you know where you're performing?
It's
Like what number?
Yeah. So for everyone who could see right here, it's in this. God, Ryan, I feel like you might know what these buildings are called. This one right here, the Sport Castle, is like the big main like conferencing floor one, and it's got this like whole auditorium in it. And then this one is more of like a rodeo type one. Yeah. But it's up here, number 16 in the build hub.
Nice. Okay.
Is the DJ chill room.
Yeah, and that's the more recent because down on the lower left, that little amphitheater, that's the old school arena that was built in like 1909 or something. So okay, cool.
Yeah, they used to have the DJ chill room over here, but now it looks like it's going to be bigger with they got like an art gallery and auction. They also like it's so cool and in that same area, it's like the whole creative space, and you in the build hub is where you get like all the coders and like. You get some hardware people too that are coming in and they're like soldering and they're like creating like a synthesizer or something. Like they're just doing crazy stuff. So there's really talented people in that area doing crazy stuff, whether it's art, music, they're just straight up like soldering together like who knows what they're making, but it's an open creative space over there. So it should be fun. And it's going to be a more relaxing DJ set.
Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, imagine that was built in 1909. If like some kind of like time space portal opened up, that the welcome event for the National Western Stock Show complex somehow merged with the Ethereum show. Get a bunch of dusty bottom dudes being like, "Where am I?" Like, "Oh, this is Ethereum."
Yeah,
you didn't know
what's that?
You're
The
the spork whale. You're the spork whale.
Yes.
Yeah, what's a spork whale?
How much for a spork whale?
That's amazing.
Yeah, that would be hilarious, actually.
Cool,
Just
man.
go from old west to new future.
Yeah, I mean, they're using the entire thing. I mean, this is like a big footprint. Man, hats off to them. This is just getting bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah,
so cool.
It's huge. They used to be down by, they used to do a similar thing to like UMS where they would be on like South Broadway and a bunch of different venues, but now they've consolidated into this one spot.
Cool.
And then last thing, really quick, is just an event that I'm doing tomorrow. So I wanted to promote it for the people, and I will come back and report next week on the experience. It's this Weathered Wick candle studio. It's a custom candle creation experience. It's like a date thing. So I'm going with McKenna. We got a gift card from my sister-in-law and my brother for Christmas. But essentially, you get it's all included. You get your candle holder, I guess, and then you get to choose like your wax and your type of wick that you want. And
that's fun.
Make your candle.
That's
So
super
we're gonna
fun.
make some candles tomorrow night, and that's at the Weathered Wick. It has good reviews, so I'm gonna check it out, see how it goes, and hopefully find a good smell, good scent.
Dude, what a cool business. It's like it looks gorgeous too. Is this like a franchise or is this like a little
I think this is just their little thing here. It's like
no kidding.
Yeah, they have a very nice aesthetic on the website.
Totally.
Erica is the her sign is a Sagittarius.
No, respect.
Meet the team. Sign Sagittarius, pet, English bulldog, food, chips and salsa. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Erica. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks like a nice place. Looks like a cool little place to be. And I've never made a candle, so I want to know how to make a candle.
No doubt. You can make it smell the way you want it to smell.
Yes, I guess so. I bet there's limitations. I don't know if I could bring in like an old sock and be like, this is what I want.
Why you want to make it smell nasty? What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying. I think you're going to be choosing from some aromas or different types of waxes. Maybe you can combine some things. But
McKenna's going to be choosing. She's going to be like, yours will smell of leather and vanilla.
That's like, it's the same thing like ordering food at a restaurant. She'll be like, ooh, I really want this one. She's like, well, maybe if you got this one and I got this one, then we could both split it. I'm like, you just chose two things that you want to split with me.
That's how it is.
Totally.
That's how it is.
At least you know going in though. That's
what's going to happen.
That's what's going to
She's going to be like, oh, this one smells really good, but I think I want this one. But maybe if we both got two. So, no, I'm going to be choosing my scent. I will report back next week on what scent I'm going with.
Awesome, man. I'll rip through mine. I've got some deep cuts and just some big parties. So Friday, all my stuff is happening on Friday except for one. Friday, we have the Sunnyside Music Festival 2024 fundraiser, which is at Spirit Hound Distillers at 5 p.m. on Friday. The Sunnyside Music Festival is lovely. I've also seen that grow up over the last decade or so. It's a really cool show now. We've also got LUDACRIS at the Fillmore Theater. I had to throw that in because LUDACRIS, I mean, you just can't deny it. It was so great to see him pop up with Usher for the halftime show because, I mean, ludicrous music, you can't not have a wonderful time. It seems like that would be an awesome show. Also on Friday, we have the DU Pioneers versus Miami of Ohio, REDHAWKS hockey. So we got collegiate hockey. DU, of course, plays at a very high level. I'm not sure their ranking now, but they are champions. That's Friday at 7 p.m. We've got the Roots Things Fall Apart 25th Anniversary Tribute. This is Friday at 9 p.m. at the Crypt, and this is being hosted by Jip the Hip, who's an amazing Denver DJ, been around forever and kills it. So I'd be really interested to hear what he's going to do with this. I'm sure it's a listening party. I'm sure there's going to be exclusive remixes and stuff. Maybe a couple of dudes from the Roots will show up. I'm not sure, but like that album in particular, probably my third favorite Roots CD, but I think probably also their most commercially successful because it had that track with Erykah Badu on it. For me, I love the Roots more than anything. They really were an archetype of what a band. If I had a vision in 1997 of what music would look like, it would have looked like the Roots. You know what I mean? Full bands, R&B, rock and roll, hip hop, like the whole shebang. That's where I thought music was going. Turns out that wasn't the case. But the Roots did make another album called Phrenology that like melded all that together. They had some Cody Chestnut takes on that, but it was a very guitar heavy hip hop record that didn't stray into like rap metal. Amazing. So, on Friday, I think I'm going to go down there at 9 p.m. and reimagine the future that I thought was 25 years ago when Things Fall Apart comes out.
Great. That sounds awesome.
I also am including an event in Winter Park, which is the Wake Up and Live 12th Annual Bob Marley Celebration. I believe it's his birthday coming up pretty soon. That's Saturday at Devil's Craft in Winter Park. But this is a tribute band. I guess it's like a 7 or 8 piece tribute band to Bob Marley's music, which sounds absolutely phenomenal. Heidi and Ozza went and saw the Bob Marley movie this weekend. They said it was awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
They said it was really good. I was like, I'm such like a Bob Marley disciple that I was afraid that I would see it and be like, what? I mean, I've seen so many documentaries.
With it.
Yeah, like it's like an actor. I don't know, but they said it was really good. They said that the patois was very thick and hard to understand sometimes, but like
that's what I heard too.
Yeah. I used to live with a guy from Tobago. And so I feel, and I've watched Rockers so many times. And Rockers actually does have subtitles. I don't know if you guys have you guys seen the movie Rockers?
No.
Dude, top 5 movie all time. It's amazing. It's made in like 1974, I want to say. And it's in Jamaica. It's a Jamaican movie. And it's basically like a Robin Hood tale where like this drummer named Horsemouth steals from the gangsters and gives it to the neighborhood. But all through it, like Burning Spear's in it, and like all these like amazing reggae musicians are in it. Oh, shout to Rockers.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
But yeah. So those are my events. I also wanted to double back and hear how your stream went, Tom.
The stream went well.
Yeah.
Troy tuned in. He gave me some feedback, but essentially I was just testing out the waters, trying to figure out how I could do my transitions properly, what kind of camera angles might work well. I think I got the sound pretty dialed in. I wasn't really like hosting it yet, like talking on the radio show, but I was just kind of interacting with some people in the chat and just queuing up the next songs and talking about some things. But it was a good test run. And, I think I'm going to try to stick to it every Thursday and make it better and better each time. So
cool.
Eventually we'll be at a place where got a nice high quality show. And next thing I need to get is some lighting so that I could get control of the light in my space, because it's kind of just working off of whatever's coming from the ceiling right now.
Yeah.
Got to get control of the lighting. Got to get
Lighting's
a little
crucial.
bit better with the scene transitions and stuff, and labeling everything. But that's where I'm at.
Nice. And the theme of the show is it's rare groove vinyl stuff, right?
Yeah, this past time I was just kind of testing out some vinyls that I had, but it won't always be rare vinyls. Like maybe I'll show some cool ones that I really like from artists I like, but I want the main thing to be like, you would have never heard this vinyl otherwise. Like I want to find just some weird stuff and cool, unique things, classic stuff, and basically just hunt for samples, but allow people to partake in that.
Cool, man.
In that experience.
And you're streaming it. Where is it on?
It's on Twitch.
Oh, it's on Twitch. Okay, that's what happened because I got that link and I clicked on the link and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I even remember my Twitch if I'm registered there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get signed up.
You got to get signed up. You could probably watch it, but you won't be able to send any messages or like interact unless you have an account. So
yeah,
I will try to get it going again on Thursday. I had every excuse to not do my trial run this past Thursday, but I powered through. I was like, you know what, I got to just do it.
Yeah,
Nice.
And that's how you got to start it up.
Just
It was a great trial run. I was jamming out to I think it was Duke Ellington.
Yeah, I did
playing?
the best of Duke Ellington. That was good. I played this. The first one I played was this like interesting like hip hop vinyl that I got from the Kickcaster squad on my birthday a few years ago. I played that one.
Cool.
And then I think I just did the best of Duke Ellington, and that was already like a 2-hour stream right there. So just off of those two.
That's rad, dude. That sounds like a great show.
I might do next time. I'm going to be doing the Stranger Things original soundtrack from season 2.
Hell yeah.
And that's just like crazy sound design, like amazing soundscapes and atmospheres.
That's a cool vinyl to have.
One. Yeah, it's really good. You got to hear it. If you're ever trying to do anything dark and ominous, like all your samples are right there on that vinyl. So good.
You have to plug in your new synth.
Yeah.
Do leads over it.
I was trying to get it set up in a better way yesterday, but I need a couple cables to get it running. But I got it set up for like MIDI, so I could send MIDI to it now, and I could send MIDI from it back to the computer. I just got to get some specific audio cables to make sure that it's coming in nicely.
That's crucial.
Nice. Well, let's do some highlights from last week before we get to the feature. Troy, tell us your highlight from last week.
Yeah, I think main highlight is just relocating cities. Spent the whole weekend packing up the old place, moving, getting new furniture, getting rid of old furniture. And we're settled into the new spot now. Kind of explored the neighborhood a little bit. Love it. It's a beautiful neighborhood, nice for walks. We're like 60-second walk from just stores, restaurants, bars, shops. Like it's in a great location. Love the spot, and we're slowly getting settled in here. Like I said earlier before the show, I think probably about 30% unpacked. Haven't even started my office yet. Still stuff everywhere, but it's going to be a slow uphill climb until everything's settled. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Good weekend of moving. I would say it went relatively smoothly. There were some minor hiccups, but nothing we can't overcome. And it was. I'll say it was fun. It was a fun experience, for sure.
Are you feeling the LA energy yet? Are you feeling more creative? Like you need to get, create and getting your music going stronger and stronger yet, Troy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The whole vibe here is just different. Specifically, like where I'm at in Silver Lake, right off Sunset Boulevard. Like I walked down the street like 2 nights ago to go to there's like this little market, and just the like nightlife and the people around are just like, it's just popping. Like there's just so much energy, so much ambition. So I'm excited to kind of feed off that, build some creative energy, and
I love that. I'm gonna check out your neighborhood later. You got to let me know where you're at. Silver Lake. It looks like you're close to Dodger Stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, close to
Nice.
Dodger Stadium. One misleading thing, if I share my address with you, so the picture on Google Maps is like from, it must be 4 or 5 years ago, and it's like before this building was renovated, and it looks scary. So just FYI, it's because everyone asks for my address, and I send it to them, and the first picture that pops up is like the Google Maps picture, and or no, sorry, or Google Earth. Sorry, not Google Maps, Google Earth, like the street view. The street view, and it's like this like abandoned, run down like trap house, but it's been renovated since then. So just FYI,
It's a renovated trap house now.
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Dude, that sounds so fun, man. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I know that took us so long to get settled. There were times where I was like, I don't know if Troy's gonna make it. It sounds like there's too many odds to beat to get to LA.
Yeah, getting to LA from San Diego sounds tough.
Oh,
Yeah, we were just
congrats, dude.
very picky. We want to make sure we had the right spot, and it paid off. 3 months later, it paid off.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's so cool, man.
We're gonna be out there, Troy.
That's right. That's
for
the
the
end of March.
podcast conference.
End of March.
That's
Nice.
right. We have to synchronize our swatches. I'm glad you brought that up because we're gonna have to pull the trigger on that this week.
Oh yeah.
Make that happen.
That's right down the street from here. So
We're all gonna be staying at Troy's new apartment. We're gonna set up some cots.
oh yeah. I'll have the pull out couch in the office, and
Troy's not even fully moved in yet. We're coming in with sleeping bags. And
yeah,
Like, let's go party, guys.
yeah, go on.
you can have the
trash
bed, Tom.
that place.
You can have my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
That's funny.
Awesome. Cool. I got a highlight. My highlight is kitties. Just rescued two little brothers.
Nice,
brother
man.
kitties. They're nice. They're still, they're found on the streets. So they got some street kitty fears still instilled in them. They were found in the street. Who knows if they were in a dumpster or whatever, but they were found as like newborn kitties on the street. So they're still a little bit weary, a little bit scared of us.
Yeah.
But they're playing that. One of them is much more scared than the other one. And for a whole day, we got them on Sunday.
Cool.
But last night, for the first time, the more scared one came out and he was playing with the toy and stuff. So the other one is much more advantageous. He's running around. He's been playing with us. He's been getting close, but still not close enough for pets yet.
Yeah.
But if the toy's out, they're down for the toys. And if you start moving too quick, they're going to like run under the bed and hide. But they're doing good. Their adoption names are Mario and Luigi. That's what they were called.
Okay.
We haven't decided if we're going to change that yet. The names are pretty good for them, but I don't know.
Those could be middle names, but you should probably give them a new name.
We're probably going to give them new names. Yeah. Those are the names that came from the shelter. Those are their past life names. So
Question.
if it's a middle name, they'll always remember it, but
Totally.
Did you adopt them at a yoga class?
no, I wish. That would be a great way to go adopting.
From what it seems like a lot of animals are being adopted at yoga classes.
Yoga
in Denver.
plus kittens.
I
Like,
did go to yoga though the same day that I adopted them.
Whoa, close.
Or well, we adopted them. Yeah, so that could have inspired it. But yoga could have made me feel like I needed to get them.
So how big are they? They're like little?
I think they're like 3 months old.
It's a little
So
wiry.
they're still, you could still see that they're kids.
Yeah.
But they're not like
Little
fit in
fluffy.
your hand.
Yeah.
They're like maybe this big.
Wait, what colors?
They're like spotty. I don't know.
Like a calico kind of coat?
Yeah, let me show you.
Are we talking about American short hairs here?
I don't really know. The crazy thing is they're brothers. One of them is short hair and the other one is long hair.
Really? So you got a shaggy one.
This is the shaggy one.
Oh my God. That's pretty darn cute, man.
Yeah, I don't know if the people can see him, but
Oh, that's
yeah,
cute.
look at him there.
Nice.
That's the long-haired guy. And then Luigi is the short-haired guy. He just came out for the first time last night. He's really cute too.
Oh my God. He's super cute. He's got little white socks.
Oh,
Look
nice.
at his white socks.
Little
He's got
white
a
bib.
He's got a white bib.
They
he's got
they
little
look like
shoes on.
It's
they're
good looking cats.
Yeah, they're nice. They're really nice. I'll show everyone the brothers pic as well with the two of them.
I've got a nomination for the names: Ruffy and Tuffy.
Ruffy and Tuffy.
Middle name Mario and Luigi.
Oh, nice.
Ruffy, Luigi, and Tuffy Mario.
Very cute.
Both of them.
That's pretty
Very
cute,
cute.
man.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're making progress quick. I'm sure in no time they'll be out and running around. And
Oh yeah.
Luigi basically lives under the bed right now, though. So
Nice.
Mario encourages him. He was pushing him out of the bedroom door to explore the apartment last night. So they're doing good.
Yeah, 2 days in, that's great. Give them a little wet food, some greenies, then they're on board.
The wet food's good. They don't like the treats that we got them, so we got to try again on the treats. But the woman who was fostering them said it took Luigi 5 weeks to come out from under the under the sofa in the room. She had him in.
Whoa.
But he was out last night in 24 hours, so he's a little bit of stability will be good for him.
Yeah, nice, man. Well, that's exciting. New kitty day.
Little kitties.
I need one of those. I also had a highlight that was animals. Yesterday, the four of us, my little family, went to Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs.
Nice.
Troy, this is a wonderful zoo. It's in Colorado Springs, so it's probably like an hour south of Denver, but it's super cool. It's like, as opposed to like the Denver Zoo, or let's say like, what's the wild park, or the wild animal park there in San Diego? I don't know if you've ever been to that one.
The Wild Safari Park, yeah.
Yeah, the Wild Safari Park. So when you walk into that one, there's like the tram over there, and there's like all these big areas where you can see the animals. Whereas the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo isn't like that. The Denver Zoo is very similar too, where there's all these different places you can go and kind of flat dirt spots. Cheyenne Mountain Zoo is on the mountain, and it's kind of like a curated, like guided thing. So there's one way to go really, and you're kind of hiking up the mountain. So it's in a sense, it's like IKEA, like IKEA puts you on this path, where you see all the rooms in different like situations. So you go through and it's very like tactile, like you feed like the giraffes, and then there's like these wallabies that you can kind of pet them. There's like a lot of kind of almost tame animals. It's so cool. And it's like on the mountain, so like you see like the mountain lions, they got tigers, and they got all the charismatic megafauna, and they're on the mountain. So for me, it becomes very visceral, because you're like, dang, look at that tiger right there. And it's,
That's so
I don't
cool.
know. It's just, it was really cool.
I'm looking
and
at
a really
pictures.
fun time to spend with my kids. I mean, when they're teenagers in their high school, you don't get a chance to just have everybody together at the same time with no sports or no whatever. So it was just a wonderful time. I loved it.
Yeah.
We stopped by Fat Sully's after that. And
Nice.
Yeah, and got some pizza and some burgers. It was great.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So let's dive into this feature. Okay. And I'm going to lead things off. So these are hacks with people coming into town. What do they need to know? Well, first things first, like when you show up in Denver, you need to trade your car to get a Subaru, or a Tacoma. That would be fine too. You got to get a German Shepherd, or I'm sorry, what am I talking about?
Border Collie.
You got to get a Border Collie, a Husky, or a Labrador. Any color would be fine. These are the things you've got to do. Okay. But aside from that, there are some tips that I think would enhance your experience coming into new in Denver. And what I'm going to talk about first is the other side of the outdoors. Most people, I think, come to Denver because they want to experience everything that the outdoors of Colorado has to offer. Generally speaking, these are folks coming from East Coast, West Coast, and they're probably thinking about skiing, great. Snowboarding, awesome. Maybe mountain climb, great. Mountain biking, awesome. Hiking, all of these things. We'll call them the REI athletes.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? These are the people clogging up our highways that we shake our fist at. They got 2 Yeti bikes on top that are pristine and brand new and clean. Don't be that guy right away. What I'm going to encourage people to do is go the other way. Go the Cabela's athlete. You've got all of your like hunting and fishing, and if that's not really your cup of tea, what I would encourage you to do is just check out Colorado Parks and Wildlife website before you really dive in. And the reason why I say that, if you don't like hunting and fishing, that's fine. Really, this is just a endorsement of Colorado Parks and Wildlife. The outdoor life here is amazing, and I don't want to say people treat it like an amusement park, but kind of. you know? Whereas I think like there's so much enrichment you can have to exploring the beautiful mountains outside of Denver by getting to know a little bit of like the conservation that's gone into it, like the people and the biologists that are like making sure these areas are beautiful and what that means to somebody who's new here. You're new here, you see some beautiful columbine flowers, you might want to cut those and take them home with you for your Instagram page. It's a bad idea.
Don't do that.
You don't want to do that. You want to, leave less impact. Perhaps you're an experienced outdoorsman and you already have everything down. Well, you should be excited then to learn about the conservation efforts in Colorado and how you can participate, because there's so many different kind of ways to participate. So in short, my hack is check out the Colorado Parks and Wildlife website, see the opportunities you can be involved, and just educate yourself onto like this natural world you're heading into. It's not Six Flags, with mountain bikes. It's really not. It's something else. And I think that new people will have a newfound appreciation of the outdoors just right in our backyard here in Denver, Colorado. Tom, what hacks you got for new folks coming to Colorado?
For sure. Also, I got the website up for everyone in here. It's over 4,000 campsites are in the Parks and Wildlife Network.
Incredible.
That's insane.
In Colorado, 4,000 campsites and 58 cabins and yurts. through the state.
Yeah, the yurt trips, the cabin trips are huge here.
Those look really fun. I've never done one of those, but I want to do like a snowshoeing one or like get some split boarding, skinning up to a yurt and
totally
get some backcountry, and that would be sick.
So fun. And again, like this is like a very pragmatic, the whole website is obviously run by the state, but by conservationists, biologists. There's a bit of romance that comes to with people moving to Denver for the first time. And I remember because I went to school in Durango as a freshman and lived in the dorms. There's some people from the East Coast, and they're like, "Where's the teepees?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "I thought we're near the reservation." I'm like, "Yeah, we are. It's just down the ways." They're like, "Where's the teepees?" I was like, "Dude, they live in houses."
Yeah, it's houses.
What are you talking? It's not the Old West, man.
Not teepees.
But they literally like thought it was the Old West. Because there's a certain romance that comes with Denver and Colorado, and I appreciate that. But I don't want to put that fire out. But also, people should know that they should know various things that's provided for us by the Colorado Parks and Wildlife.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of transitions into one of my first tips here. It's like everyone thinks that it's so cold all the time.
Yeah,
but just like my intro this morning, it's going to be 65 today.
Totally.
Right now it's 53 degrees. No, it's 59 right now, it says.
That's warmer than here right now.
Troy, did you say, is that warm?
No, that's warmer than here right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're warmer than LA. So
Yeah.
that's all you guys got to know. Yeah, that's one of my tips. If you're traveling, you got to pack for every weather scenario. Anytime between, I'd say, October and April, you got to pack for winter, summer, spring, fall. It's just all four of those at any time. So make sure that you pack well. This was going to be my first tip, but I learned this kind of the hard way when I came here. But you got to be nice. It's coming from the East Coast. It's a lot more of like a abrasive kind of like tough love atmosphere over there, but that is not the way it is here. So like when I came here for college, I was a freshman and I'd be like hanging out with, making some new friends in the dorms, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're so dumb," or like, "Oh, you suck," whatever. And people are like, "Damn, dude, like that's really mean." I'm like, "No, I'm like trying to be friends with you."
That's how I show love.
Yeah.
It's by insulting you.
Yeah, exactly. In New Jersey, they're like, "Oh, you're such a piece of shit. Like, you're my piece of shit."
Yeah.
But here, like, it's a lot more. You got to be nice. Once you have to build up that friendship a lot before you can start insulting people in Colorado. So just keep that in mind. It's definitely different. People literally I was called like mean and like an asshole a couple times, like in my first few months of college. I'm like, no, I'm actually like not mean. This is just the way that people talk in New Jersey. So I don't know.
What's wrong with Tom? And he's fine.
He called me an asshole.
I'll remember to be extra nice when I visit.
That means you guys are basically engaged. Yeah, it's true. I think Denver's like overall attitude is much more West Coast than East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a slower paced place. Don't be upset if your burritos are taking, 30 minutes to come out from the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. It's a lot more slow paced and it's a lot more polite. And don't be surprised if the person at the grocery store checkout is trying to ask you about your day and is trying to like see what's going on. Because in New Jersey or in New York City, it's just like, get out of my face.
It's none of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not having like small talk and like whatever with your checkout person, your clerk. So it's different here. You got to be ready for that because some people can't handle that.
That's true.
My friends who have all come to visit can handle it, but like my boy Maddie was really surprised that like we were actually at the flip night that we talked about last week.
Nice.
This was a couple of years ago. And he dropped like a 20 on the ground and he was like, he couldn't believe that a dude like picked it up and was like, yo, you dropped this. He's like, I can't believe that guy gave me the 20. He's like, I wouldn't even give me the 20.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
I knew a guy from Pittsburgh, same thing. He was like, dude, people are so soft here. I'm going to run through everybody. He was like a roofer.
Yeah.
He's got a TV show on HGTV, so he did run through everybody. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's true, and I think like honoring that, being a little nicer, like respecting the culture that you're coming into is also a good way to go. There's nothing wrong with the gruffness of the East Coast. I appreciate that, but it's there for when you want to have that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not here. And then my final tip is to take it easy and know what you're in for if you're doing like a hike or anything in the mountains or out in the wilderness. Like Ryan was talking about going and doing things out in the wilderness, but like you need to know what's going on. Like don't skimp on the planning. You gotta like you could just die. Like you need to make sure that you're not
It happens every
messing
year.
around. Yeah, people will come here and just die because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, totally.
So like it always happens skiing. Like some people will come out from the East Coast or somewhere else and try to do like backcountry line, get stuck in some deep powder or avalanche or whatever it is. Like that will happen. Or someone will go on a 14er and not check the weather and realize that it's isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon.
They get struck by lightning, they're dead.
Yeah, they get stuck in like a mudslide or they're, having to shelter in place on a 14er. Like you don't want that to happen. Also, 14ers and like high altitude hiking is way harder than you think it is.
Big time.
People don't even understand how hard it is.
Yeah.
Even after living here for years and years, the first time I did a 14er, I was like, dude, this is tough. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
You've never been in a situation where you take 10 steps and you are completely gassed and exhausted.
Yeah.
Until you do that.
I know, man. That's a really important one. Just a general rule of thumb. Here's the weather report in the summer for 14ers. It's going to have a thunderstorm 100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And you should definitely be back down underneath tree line by 2 p.m. Because, dude, you get caught out there and it happens so often that people get struck by lightning, man.
You can't even do it if it says like partly cloudy. Like, you should only try to do something like that if it's clear sun for the entire day and it's still going to rain.
Yeah, dude.
Or something's still going to happen.
That feeling of trying to huff it, double time down a trail above tree line with the lightning cracking around you. That is so scary, man.
It's not chill.
It's awful. It's so bad.
You don't want.
I think it's general.
It's really just not fun, and it is scary, and it's really dangerous.
It's general.
A good general rule of thumb, I think, is to just not underestimate the power of Mother Nature in general.
Yes, that is a good tip right there. That's basically it. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure you do your research. Don't just think you're going to come out here and go on like a top difficulty hike and be fine, because you're not going to be fine.
You could get in trouble. Yeah, it happens every year. I mean, people get lost. People get lost all the time. You know, there's 20 or 30,000 new incoming freshmen to CU every year. You know, and the one thing that always happens too is like CU Boulder is nestled right against the Flatirons, you know, which are these like beautiful rock formations and stuff. And it never fails. There's always a college freshman that climbs up one of those,
falls, yeah,
does a
They're
selfie
super
and
steep.
falls over and dies. Don't do that either.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah. Don't take selfies too close to the edge. There's always stories about that. People selfieing to death.
Yeah. Maybe we'll wrap this up. But like, what I'm trying to think of stuff also for the non-outdoor enthusiast. It almost goes without saying, but like, there's a lot of folks in Denver that move here that they don't have maybe that big aspirations to getting after it in the high country.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
there's other things to do. I mean, there's plenty of culture and art and music and whatever you're looking for. Food. I mean, people say that Colorado doesn't really have too much of its own stuff, but besides like green chili, but you know, there's a lot of really high quality, you know, cuisine of like every kind around.
Totally. Maybe the tip from this podcast is that you're new to Denver and you're listening to this, trying to figure out what to do. What do you love to do plus yoga? Those things are going to coexist somewhere here.
Exactly. Do you want nachos and yoga?
Yeah. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Someone's doing it.
Someone's doing it. If not, here's a business opportunity for you. You can create a massive gravitational field by putting whatever you like plus yoga.
Taxes and yoga.
Yeah, exactly. We should just start the template, you know, just say, we will sell you our vetted and proved yoga plus what system online course.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Idea.
I love it.
We just got to learn how to do yoga.
Yeah, we got to be yoga teachers. Damn it. What do you like doing? Be like, well, I'm really into collecting Matchbox. Be like, no kidding. Plus yoga on Sunday, 2 p.m. Let's go. Matchbox yoga.
Dude, I actually like Matchboxes.
Of course.
I have 3 pretty sick ones right now.
Dude, you got the orange track?
I don't know.
Somewhere it's probably all boxed up.
Probably.
Dude, the orange track for the Matchbox where you put them when you have the little shooter and it like has the jump and then you do the loop-de-loop. The orange actual track that you put the Matchbox on.
I'm talking about actual Matchboxes.
Oh, I was talking about Matchbox cars.
Yeah, I picked up you two were talking about two different things there.
Oh yeah, those are sick. I like actual Matchboxes.
Okay. Plus yoga. Let's do it, man.
Sometimes I have these sick, the graphic designers on some of these Matchboxes are dope. I don't know where I acquired a couple recently. I think they were in, I got some in like Vegas and then I got some in Nashville. I got mad Matchboxes in Nashville.
Nice.
That's where I got them from. But dang, there's some cool Matchboxes out there. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
No. Did you grow up with those being called Matchbox cars, or those just called Hot Wheels?
Hot Wheels for me.
Yeah.
They're always Hot Wheels. Always Hot Wheels for me.
Hot Wheels. Matchbox cars. See, that must be old school. Both East and West Coast knew them as Hot Wheels. I knew them as Hot Wheels, but that's more the brand.
That's the brand. That's the
brand. The best
roll to your tailor hand.
We had micro machines back in the day. Those were dope too. All right, that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to Troy. Congratulations on the move, buddy. So happy for you, man. Sounds awesome.
Appreciate
shout out
it.
to Tom. Shout out to our sponsor, Kitcaster. Go to kitcaster.com/Denver and find everything you need to know about this podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, and you can catch us every week. We also live stream it on YouTube at about 10:12 to 10:14 on Tuesday morning. So we'll see you there. Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Later.